So good morning, guys. It is 5:30 in the morning. I've been up since about 4:30, and I'm going to share with you guys the one thing that I do every single morning, the behind the scenes of building a life insurance agency that can teach you how to build predictable revenue in your life insurance business. If you're struggling to make money as an agent, you need to start tracking this. If you want to be more successful as a life insurance agent, start tracking these numbers. This is like the holy grail for me. I track these numbers every single day, and through these numbers, through this tracking sheet that I'm going to share with you guys can literally steal this. You can learn how to create predictable revenue. If this drops, I got to change this. If this goes up, I got to change this. And you can understand how to make good decisions as a life insurance agency owner. I use this. I sold over $500,000 of final expense life insurance my first year. And then last month, as a small team here at Legacy Family Life, we did just under $900,000 of sales. So what I'm going to share with you actually works. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is a live look. You need to have live data. You need to have live data with everything. So how our system works is that when our agents are calling, we see the leads come into our system. It counts the leads that come in. It counts who makes a sale. It counts how many dials are being made. It counts how many presentations are being made. And then what I do is I analyze the data. I don't take all the data, but you need some place that's going to actually capture the data. And then I translate the data. And in this, I'm going to share with you the main pieces of data that are so important where you can make adjustments and hit your sales goals. So first thing is accepted incoming calls. So if you have a dialer that allows for you to get incoming calls, this is going to be important, not the most important piece, but I like to see, hey, am I getting calls every single day? And typically we're getting hundreds of inbound calls every single day, knowing that the leads system is working, and it's just a good little refresher for me. But the most important second piece of data that I have to track and that you want to track every single day is dials, okay? Your dials are important because soon you're going to see here, I'm going to track what's called dials to contact and dials to sales. So you got to make sure that you are tracking your dials because it allows you to understand, hey, how many dials are my team making? This is mainly calculating your activity. If you're a new agent, you should be shooting for 200, 250, 300 dials per day. If you're making 700 dials, that probably means you're not on the phone a lot, meaning that your lead systems are probably bad, okay? So dials is a great indicator of activity and also lead quality. So you need to make sure that you are tracking your dials. Moving on to the second is contacts, okay? Because what I'm gonna share with you is that you need to calculate your dials to contact ratio. And you need to understand how many contacts are you getting every single day. And what we consider as a contact is that if you speak with someone for over 2 minutes, if you spoke with someone for more than 2 minutes, that is considered a contact. Why is this so important? Because if you're spending all your day and not getting contacts, then you're not gonna make any money as a life insurance agent. If you're just dialing, your leads stink. You need to get people on the phone and you need to figure out what your intro is like, okay? Because what you're gonna see here is that we also document what our contact to presentation rate is, and that's one of the most important metrics. So you have to understand how many people are you speaking to every single day and calculate that and document that in a spreadsheet on how many contacts. The secondly is how many presentations are you given? How many total team presentations? If my team is getting thousands of contacts but no presentations, then there's probably a skill problem somewhere that I need to address. So the goal when you're doing life insurance sales of our final expense for us, it's like, I'm trying to get at least 5 to 7 presentations every single day for my team members. If I can do that, we're probably gonna hit our sales goals because in final expense, it's pretty predictable. It's based off presentations, your talk time, and it's based off of also how many people are you giving quotes to. No matter how good, no matter how bad you are, if you're giving quotes to a lot of people, you're gonna make sales, and that's my goal. How effective is our lead nurturing system? How effective is our sales team? How effective is our script? How effective is, our systems working? Because my team is not getting a ton of presentations, then I'm letting them down. If I'm not getting a lot of presentations, then I need to change something, lead quality, or I need to change, kind of our approach, okay? So typically every single day I'm tracking. Now, one thing that we did is we improved our speed to lead. And there was days where we're getting only 70 or 80 presentations for our team. And then we made a change and that jumped up from 100 to 110, to 117, to 90, to 109. So small shifts that you can make create lifts and opportunity for your sales team to be successful, for you to be successful. So think about what can you do to get more presentations and implement that. And if you're getting more presentations and you can track the data, you're gonna make more money. Secondly is gonna be sales and average premium. So sales, average premium, and total sales, so AP. So we gotta track how many sales are we doing. Through how many sales that we're doing, I also divide that by how much premium we sold, which is, let's say we do, 10 sales, let's say we do 40 sales and 40,000 of average premium. I can break that down to say that my average AP is $1,000 per policy. Because if I'm selling 50 policies, but they're all at an average premium of under $800, $700, then I understand that I need to increase my average premium. So every single day I'm tracking how many sales do we make, what is our average premium on our sales, and most importantly, what is our total volume of sales? Because if I'm seeing fluctuations in sales volume, then I understand, hey, something's got to change, and I need to make sure that we're hitting our KPIs and our goals, okay? So sales, then on to the next is your contact to presentation rate every single day. One of the most important metrics is I gotta make sure our team's within a 30% contact to presentation rate, meaning that if I speak to 10 people, I need to turn 3 of them into a presentation. If that ever drops, that's below a 30%. So video, I talked about that earlier, but you basically need to make sure that your team has the ability to objection handle on the intro, have a good intro, and give people in presentations. And today it was a 32.63%, so we're chilling there. Next number that I track is going to be our presentation to close rate. How many people do you present to and sell? Okay, so if I have 10 presentations, I want to sell 5, which is a 50% presentation to close rate. If you're not at a 50% presentation to close rate, that means that you're struggling to, have a good discovery. You're struggling to open people up in your discovery, and you're not really being able to really solve their problems, and you're probably not overcoming objections as well. So presentation to close rate is super, super important. Make sure you're adding that into your tracking sheet. Next up, we have total leads worked, okay? To track how many leads are coming into our pipeline. Because what we need to do is we need to understand how many leads are we generating and what is our close rate. If our close rate, our target is, let's say, 10% on a certain lead type, and it's at 4%, then I know that we have a closing problem. If our target is 10% on a lead type and it's at 15%, I'm gonna double down on that lead source. I'm gonna improve my flow and improve how much I'm spending on those ads. So you have to understand how many leads are you have coming in and how many leads are being worked every single day. Are they being closed or not? And calculate what your close rate is. If it's like a Facebook final expense lead, if you're at 6 to 8%, you're pretty solid. Different other lead types are important. For example, if an inbound lead and you're spending 70, 80 bucks on an inbound, you got to have probably a presentation close rate way above 50% because you're spending way more. So make sure that you're calculating how many leads you are generating. And on top of that, you need to calculate how many leads are being sold, okay? Now, I want to share with you guys something that's really, really cool as well. You can eventually create predictability in your business by understanding what your dial to sale is. So for right now, I know that if our team makes 200 dials, I'm going to make 1 sale, okay? If I know my team is going to get a contact, then to make 20 dials. So to create predictable sales, if I know that I need, 50 sales and I'm selling at 200, takes 200 dials to make 50 sales, then what is that, 10,000 dials or so? Forgive me if that's wrong, I'm not great at math, but you can then do the math equation to figure out what type of numbers do I need to hit as a team, what type of numbers do I need to hit every single day to get my goals. If I know that I need to make 3 sales today and I average 100 dials per sale, then I need to know that I need to come in and make 300 dials today to make 3 sales. Okay, so you can really start reverse engineering your processes if you understand the data and you can really use the data. Now, this is really important as well. What I've done recently is I've used ChatGPT to help understand how I can hit my goals as a life insurance agent. So we're right around $40,000 to $42,000 of annual premium every single day, and I want to get to 50,000. So what I did is, hey, ChatGPT, look at my contacts to dials, look at my leads generated, look at my closing rate, look at my average premium, look at my contacts per day, look at my presentations per day, look at my leads per day, and look at my sales per day, and help me understand what shifts that I need to make to help me get to $50,000 in AP per day. And what you can do now with the data is you can say, hey, well, you actually need to spend more money. You need 63 more leads. You need to make sure that you're getting 105 more contacts. You need to make sure that you're getting 49 more presentations. You need to make sure that your average premium is above $1,035. What you can do is you can track this and you can create real goals and you can create real attainable, predictable revenue if you just have the numbers. So I do this every single day, guys. This is like my man cave. It's super early. Hopefully my wife doesn't get up, but I do this because the numbers do matter. And if you take your eye off the numbers, you will suffer as an agent. If you don't focus on your numbers, you will lose money. And most importantly, just do this. Create a spreadsheet, get someplace that you document your data, and start tracking every single morning. And I promise you, you'll make more money. Love y'all. See you in the next one. Cheers.